Welcome back to another episode of Teammates. This week I chatted with former Canadian international hooker Ray Barkwill, chatting everything to do with his teammates from across the years. Find out who was the best trainer, who was the worst trainer, best singer, and of course, the one with the best skills. Find it out all here on Teammates on Brandon Smith Rugby. Be sure to subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Let's start with the player's player. Who's the player that you played with in training, for example, or on the pitch that you thought, wow, he's so good?
Oh, you know what? This kid, out of all the years in my last 2 years, was Theo Souter. I was just like the speed change. He would do things that in his footwork, and it just kind of like left you gobsmacked for a second, where you'd stop for a second. But he's one that I just kind of have a little bit of catch myself thinking, Jesus, what the hell did I just watch?
Exactly. I'm wondering about who's the best trainer you've played with, who works really hard in training, hits the gym, gives 100% in training and in games, and when he goes home, you know he's put in a shift.
Yeah, it's funny enough because I would call him a good friend, and he was my roommate. Like, Brock Stoller works the hardest I probably have ever seen amongst anyone. He is so meticulous and works on things, and whether it goes right or wrong, he constantly works hard. He's disciplined. I mean, he probably made me better just living with him on our eating and our training, and we pushed each other harder. We recovered well, and he just did that all the time. And whether it was his goal kicking or his passing, and like sometimes like he'll know, like it's hard to get selected when in Canada sometimes on the wing, because we had some really good wingers on our team. So but he never stopped working his butt off, and so I'm definitely impressed with that.
Time. Who would you say that this is one that you might not want to answer, but who would you say was the coach's pet? Who was the favourite of coaches over the years? Who maybe didn't have to do those extra laps around the field? Who got away with it?
I don't know if anyone ever gets away from having to do the extras, to be honest. But the coach's pet, I always laugh. I thought back in the day, guys who were in the coach's pocket, and Tyler Hodson was always in the coach's pocket a bit, because he's really smart, he's educated, and he has a decent gift of gab and knowledgeable of the game. But it always seemed like he always got selected a lot and kept himself in the game. Maybe when you have a bad game and you might kind of get shifted from start to a bench, but he was always one I always had a laugh about. But he was a great teammate too. So I don't know about missing too many runs. He worked hard when he needed to upskill things and get his fitness right.
Absolutely. Another interesting one that will show maybe a bit more of a personal side of players that you played with. First question is, who is the best singer that you've trained with or played with? Who's hit the karaoke and you thought, actually, he's not too bad?
No one can sing with, especially we had the karaoke in Japan last year. Everyone was tragic. No one can sing in on our team. Now, when we were in Wales for our World Cup in 2015, somehow the whole team sung well in the local church when we were getting our caps. So it's fine. I don't know if it was just the acoustics in it that made us sound good, but it was funny that it actually sounded pretty quality when we sang our national anthem.
Final one is flair player, who in training has been pulling off the incredible passes that you see from the likes of players like Quade Cooper and people like that. Who's the player that's got all that flair?
Guys who come off like that, Gordy McRory or Nick Blevins, so they're both going to get it. It seems like they always pull something out of a hat, when you don't think it was possible. but I definitely have seen a few forwards try to do a few things like that too. I mean, even Tyler Ardron has pulled a few off once in a while. Probably more with his toe, but enough where it's kind of worked out. But yeah, I think those three guys kind of do a few things once in a while that you're always kind of like, Jesus, how did that happen?
So there we go, that is Teammates with Ray Barkwill. Thank you so much for watching this one. If you did enjoy, be sure to subscribe and leave a like on the video, it's much appreciated. There will be a part 2 coming out where we'll be talking more about Major League Rugby, the ups of it, the challenges it faces as it grows into a new league. Thank you so much for watching, thank you to Ray for his time, and I'll see you here again on Brandon Smith Rugby.